RHONJ House Husband Louis Ruelas has addressed his horrid season 14 final behavior. He said atrocious things about Margaret Josephs and her family that unforgivable fans were livid over. He sprach und could nicht believe that Teresa Guterres stood by and listened so. What does he have to say after the immense backlash keeps reading for him? Official statement: Teresa Guterres and Margaret Josephs has not gotten along. For quite some time in season 14 of RHONJ, Teresa purposely befriended former enemy Jackie Goldschneider in an attempt to take Margaret down. She then held a meeting with some of the cast, her husband Ruelas and her lawyer. It was supposed to be this bombshell revelation about Margaret, and it was nothing of the sort. All they confirmed was that Margaret had spoken to Louis' ex. Furthermore, they claimed the ex was using the RH star to spread lies and such about Louis during the finale. Dolores Catania and Jennifer Fessler arranged a last supper for the women to air their grievances as Teresa was getting ready to go. Louis said this of Margaret. These words put viewers in a tailspin, as they knew Louis was twisted and had a dark side. However, this was below the belt, especially since Margaret's son has never been on the show. He was called out so much that he must have been unhören what people were saying, because he posted this on his Instagram story. Essentially, Louis tried to explain why he was so angry and in a roundabout way justified his actions. However, he then noted was he said war wrong and that bringing kids in it is never the answer, since it was put in his story. Those who do not follow him will not get to see it more, so it vanishes after 24 hours. After Ruelas posted this, at Bravoholic shared it on their social media. So what did followers have to say about his apology, and did they think he was sincere? Looks like this apology did not do what Elle hoped it would. Finally, it is going to take a lot more than some words on Instagram to make viewers like him even a little bit. What did you think of the apology, and does it mean anything? Or someone said, did he see the backlash and have to do damage control? Let us know your thoughts and watch the RHA Ultimate Reunion Sunday on Bravo. Amanda has been a professional freelance writer for over a decade, holding both a BA and an MA. Her passions include animals, iced coffee, gnome, summer music, and Vanderpump Rules. Ruelas, the husband of Teresa Guterres, has become a polarizing figure in the world of reality television, particularly within the tight-knit and drama-filled universe of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. RHONJ. The explosive season 13 finale showcased Louis in a way that had fans and even his fellow cast members raising their eyebrows. His behavior during that final episode was so shocking and out of character that it left a lasting impression, causing a wave of reactions on social media and among the show's fan base. Now, in the aftermath of that chaotic funeral, Ruelas has come forward to address his actions, attempting to explain what led to his horrid behavior and offering his perspective on the events that unfolded. The build-up to the falto fully understand Louis's behavior in the fell. It's important to trace the events that led up to it. Throughout season 13, tensions were at an all-time high within the RH cast. Family dynamics, long-standing feuds, and deep-rooted issues between Teresa and her brother Joe Gorga, along with his wife Melissa, created an environment ripe for conflict. Louis, who had been trying to support Teresa while also navigating the complex relationships within the group, found himself increasingly caught in the crossfire. By the time the final rolled around, Louis was visibly stressed and frustrated. He had been the target of accusations and suspicions from other cast members, particularly Margaret Josephs and Jennifer's Iden, who questioned his intentions and past. The mounting pressure seemed to take a toll on him, and his usually composed demeanor began to crack. The fine episode became the boiling point where all of the season's tension erupted in a dramatic and shocking display. The final episode, a turning point to season 13 finale, was a spectacle of reality TV drama at its finest. The cast gathered for what was supposed to be a celebratory event, but, as with most Renaissance gatherings, it quickly devolved into chaos. Lewis, who had been trying to stay above the fray, suddenly found himself in the center of the storm. What stood out most was Lewis's uncharacteristic outburst. In previous episodes, he had been seen as a calming influence on Teresa, often encouraging her to rise above the drama. However, in all, he seemed to take on a different role. His tone became more aggressive and his actions weren't far from the composed man viewers had come to know. At one point, Lewis was seen making ominous threats alluding to his connections and implying that he could cause harm to those who crossed him or Teresa. His behavior left the other cast members visibly shaken, and the tension in the room was palpable. The most shocking moment came when Ellis confronted Joe Gorga. Their relationship had been strained for years, but this confrontation took things to a new level. Lewis's intense demeanor and harsh words made it clear that he had reached his breaking point. What was meant to be a conversation quickly escalated into a heated argument, with both men trading insults and accusations. Teresa, caught between her husband and her brother, was left in tears, further fueling the drama. Ellis speaks out, "I was pushed to my limits." In the weeks following the finale, fans and media outlets alike were buzzing with questions about Ellis' behavior could have caused him to act out so dramatically. Was this a glimpse in a darker side of Lewis that viewers hadn't seen before? The speculation was rampant, and Lewis knew he needed to address the situation. In a candid interview, Lewis finally opened up about what happened during the finale. He admitted that his behavior was unacceptable and out of character, but he also emphasized that the circumstance leading up to that moment had pushed him to his limits. There was so much going on behind the scenes that people didn't see. Lewis explained the constant attacks, the rumors, the accusations. "It all took a toll on me. I was trying to protect Teresa, and I felt like I was backed into a corner." Ellis also revealed that he had been dealing with personal stress outside of the show, which only compounded his frustration. "There weren't things happening in my life that I shared with anyone, not even Teresa. It was a tough time for me, and unfortunately, it all came to a head during the finale." Despite his explanations, Lewis made it clear that he didn't want to make excuses for his behavior. "I own what I did, and I'm not proud of it," he said. "I've learned from this experience, and I'm committed to doing better moving forward. I'm working on myself and making sure that I don't let the pressure get to me like that." Again, the cast's reaction, forgiveness or fallout. Ellis' public apology and explanations have garnered mixed reactions from his fellow cast members. Teresa, unsurprisingly, has stood by her husband, emphasizing that he understands the pressures he was under and that they are working through it together. "Lewis is a good man with a big heart," Teresa said. "He was just pushed too far, and I'm proud of him for taking responsibility." However, not everyone in the cast has been as forgiving. Margaret Joseph, who had been one of Lewis' most vocal critics throughout the season, expressed skepticism about his apology. "I appreciate that Lewis is trying to explain himself, but his behavior in the finale was deeply troubling," Margaret said. In a separate interview, "I think there are still a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm not sure an apology is enough." Jennifer Aydin, who had also clashed with Lewis during the season, took a more measured approach. "I believe in giving people a second chance, and I hope Ellis really is committed to changing," Jennifer said, "but actions speak louder than words. So we'll see how things go moving forward." Joe and Melissa Gorga, who were directly involved in the final's most explosive moment, Haben remained relatively quiet on the matter of sources Close to the couple say that they are still processing everything that happened and are unsure if their relationship with Lewis and Teresa can ever fully recover moving forward. What's next for Lewis and Teresa? As the dust settles from the season 13 finale, all eyes are on Lewis and Teresa to see way they will navigate the aftermath of couple has always prided themselves on being a united front. But the events of the finale have undoubtedly tested their bond. Lewis' public apology and commitment to change are a step in the right direction. But the road ahead may be rocky for now. Lewis and Teresa are focusing on their family and trying to move past the drama. We're taking things day by day, Teresa said, "We love each other, and that's what matters. We'll get through this together." As for RHONJ fans, they are eagerly awaiting the next season to see how the dynamics within the group will shift in the wake of the explosive. Finally, will Ruelas be able to redeem himself? In the eyes of the cast and viewers, only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the drama in New Jersey is far from over.